morning, everyone, and welcome to the pitch at Cedarville University Entrepreneurship Camp. My name is Hudson Pilot.
And I'm Libby Greenbaum.
And we're going to be your MCs today for the pitch. We're so excited you're here to celebrate all of the creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship that your students have been working on.
Today, you'll hear pitches from 7 outstanding teams that have worked together hard to develop their idea. At the end of today's show, our judges will select the winning pitch based on creativity, feasibility, presentation quality, and overall impact.
Before we begin, we'd like to invite Dean Haymond up to open us in prayer.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Father, we just rejoice that you are on your throne and you're working good in all things that we don't even see. And a lot of that good we are going to see because you have created each one of these young men and women with the creativity, the drive, and the ability to represent you well and to further your purposes in this world by solving problems creatively. Lord, bless them, give them composure, give them the ability to calmly speak through whatever they have learned through this week, and that they will just be blessed and be a blessing to us. Thank you for this experience. Thank you for all the participants, the parents, the judges, and for the leaders that led the program. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. First, we'd like to get started and meet our judges. As they walk forward, please give them a round of applause. Our first judge is Dean Jeff Haymond, who is a retired Air Force colonel and the current dean of the Placer School of Business.
Next, please welcome Tunji Adebayo, founder of speaker, and he has been our featured guest speaker at this week's Entrepreneurship Camp.
Our third judge is Dr. Carrie Oberbrunner, camp director and Barry Chair of Entrepreneurship here at Cedarville. He teaches many of our entrepreneurship classes and is the business owner of not one but 2 successful businesses.
Our fourth judge is Will Woods, a senior student at Cedarville University and the org president of I'm going to read that wrong. I'm reading it very wrong. My apologies.
Entrepreneurship
for Christ. Wow. Give a round of applause.
And finally, please welcome Ben Hutton, co-founder of a business startup called Crown Chains and a former entrepreneurship counselor.
Thank you, judges, for being here. Tunji, do you have any words of encouragement for these students before we begin?
I don't need the mic.
All right.
We know what time it is. Repeat after me. Feel free to join along. I was created to do something unique, as something distinctive. And if I do not do it, it will never be done. Arms like this. Do it again. Last one. Ladies and gentlemen, you are prepared for this moment. I'm proud of you in advance. Remember that the whole idea is life has so much chaos and then there's order on the other side. There's so many problems and then there's solutions. You as the entrepreneurs, it's like God placed you in the middle and said it's a tug of war, pull it towards the solution. Right, Noel, pull it towards the solution. Todd, pull it towards the solution. Jerome, where are you? Pull it towards the solution. Roger, pull it towards the solution. So today, like we talked about, be present. Bring the energy, bring the passion. Come on, let's go. That's enough.
Now, the moment you have all been waiting for has arrived.
Audience, we encourage you to give a huge round of applause at the end of each presentation.
Each team will now have 5 minutes to present their pitch. The judges have the opportunity to evaluate each presentation and take notes throughout the presentation.
Our first group we'd like to welcome to the stage is none other than Straza. They developed a fresh new way to think about homework and student success. Please join us in welcoming Straza.
Before we begin, 5 claps on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my goodness. Last night, I think I just had like the worst studying session I've ever had. I have a huge test tomorrow, and I don't really remember anything I did.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's so hard. I studied for like 8 hours yesterday.
Oh,
And I mean, I got some of my assignments done, but there is so much. I don't know how we're supposed to.
Yeah, but we could go play some volleyball.
Girl, we don't have time for volleyball. Our test is tomorrow.
Aren't you like an engineer major?
Yeah, but have you guys heard about the new Straza AI glasses? Like, they're the new trending thing.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah.
My name is Abriana Sager.
my name is Adelie Long.
I'm Zaylin McMiniman.
I'm Seth Schmidt.
And I'm Robert Angelo.
Sharks, just a moment ago, we witnessed the college dilemma. 90% of college students in America are extremely overwhelmed, with 75% of them sleep deprived. So, while some focus on providing temporary solutions like energy drinks or powders, we decided to get to the root issue, a lack of time. Straza AI glasses give responses in real time. So when you're solving a problem, either on your phone, a whiteboard, your computer, it sees that and can analyze what your mistakes are, your errors, and it can give you real-time feedback directly into your ear. They utilize relevant assignments from your schedule of the week to give you deep searches, even providing study guides and practice exams when you're done. This frees up your schedule to give you time for fellowship and doing the things that you really love to do.
Okay, so the way it works is there is a visual screen inside the lens. And so when you're looking at your whiteboard, like you're studying, you can see pop-up windows of a browser, an AI assistant, helpful tools when you're studying or even in a lecture. In addition, we have built-in navigation. So if you're late to class, you just need the most direct route there. You can navigate yourself there. Also, the glasses connect to your phone for internet access and processing power. So instead of overheating, getting hot, being heavy with all these chips and stuff in them, it connects with Bluetooth to your phone, outsources the processing power, and receives internet connection from it. Now you may be thinking, this sounds like other glasses out there. Some reasons we're different. It detects eye movement. You look to the top left of your whiteboard, it sees you're looking there. It knows what formula or thing you're looking at. And it can immediately pull up a window to help you research that specific thing. And they have a physical case you put them in to charge, and that case connects to Wi-Fi. So when you're done with them, you put them in, you can install an update or an add-on while you're not using them to make the most of your time.
Not only that, we interviewed college students and asked them what their biggest concern with this product was. And for them, they said it was cheating and using these glasses to cheat on exams and tests. So that's why we put a built-in light in the top of the glasses so you can know, well, the teachers can know if you're using it during tests or exams so they can know if you're cheating. We also, Straza also has direct access to Canvas so you can access homework or assignments.
Not only with all of these fun features, we have the daily Bible verse. So all you have to do is look down at the bottom of your lens in case you're studying and you're feeling discouraged, all you have to do is look at your daily Bible verse to get some encouragement. And unlike most of our competitors, our glasses are waterproof. So say that you're working and doing your work outside and it starts to rain and you're afraid that they're going to get damaged or broken. They're waterproof, so there's no fear. And we have 27 different frame shapes and designs for your frames so that you can personalize your glasses to your own personality.
All around the world today, students are struggling with studying. Our glasses provide an easy way to learn, grow, and cultivate your studying habits. These glasses have features like reminders. So for busy college students, they can have always keep track of their schedule. In addition, it has tailored tests and it gives you feedback on how you did so you can reach your greatest potential. For the price of one pair of glasses is $380, and we have a college bundle of $92,000 and for 250 pairs.
And you can actually rent those out to the students. The colleges rent them out. You can get them at the library. So that's up to the colleges to decide the pricing for that, though.
With Saraza AI, the future isn't in your backpack, it's right in front of your eyes. So see the vision with
Saraza.
Very nicely done. I appreciate the presentation. I think it's a very feasible product. What I would like to know first, though, is how do you plan on using this for the students more as a study enabler, or where you mentioned even going into class? That seems to be easy. Light didn't bother me. I would assume that teachers would say you can't have those on during the exam. So how would you be using it to reduce the time?
So for students, when they're in like lectures and things, they've got the whiteboard going on, they've got the slides, they've got their computer notes, they've got tests they're taking, they're probably looking things up on their phone. Saraza can take in all of that information and summarize it for you.
And in addition, it saves time by, like, if you forgot your textbook at home, if you forgot material, you can save material in the glasses. It can pull it up in a window. So forgetting things won't waste your time.
And they make a personalized study guide for you so that you can use it as a study guide.
Okay, thank you. I'll just make one comment. I think you're on track. Just this morning, I received an email from one of the portfolio companies that our university has helped fund through something for an angel network, a Christian founder, and they're using these type glasses to teach language. But the way they do it is you could go into a bistro and it will read the menu and propose things, but it's an immersive environment where you keep going. So if you were applying that model, which is obviously they're getting ready to have a big win in that with Meta and Google and others, but you will need to do it so that they use it while they learn. So I can imagine these little student collaboration rooms. You're in there, and what it does is that you can have the AI force them to make mistakes. They learn from it. It will tell them what they've learned. It will suggest things, and it will help teach them at a faster pace. If your goal is to reduce the timeline, that's where the benefit will be in the practice before. Probably less benefit in the classroom, and certainly not the exam, obviously. But I think there are proven companies out there doing this. I just mentioned exactly what you're doing in other capacities. I think it can work here.
Beautifully done. I love the claps. I love the clear competitive advantage. My question is, how much does it cost?
The one pair of glasses is $380, and we do offer a college bundle of $92,000 for 250 pairs.
Oh, so you're selling to the university?
Yes.
Correct. Both. Yes.
Uh-oh.
We talked about earlier B2B versus B2C. For those that don't know, business to consumer versus business to business, and tackling the challenge of going against the entire university as opposed to now I need to talk to each individual student who doesn't have money. So I love it.
All right. So as a professor, we constantly battle the right use of AI. So there's times where we actually want students to use AI, and then there's times we don't want them to. And I think you struck a great balance with that alert. I also like the biblical integration to encourage them. That was pretty cool. So I really like this idea. I think it's fantastic. Hopefully you protected the IP.
Thank you guys, that was incredible. I've been involved with the pitch at Cedarville for many years. I pitched myself, and I just always like whenever I understand the the product. Like in 5 minutes, you're trying to teach other people to fully understand the thing you're doing from a lot of different angles. So I think you guys did well with that. And then I don't have any other specific comments. It's very similar to what they said, but I think the problem of figuring out how to utilize AI to help people learn, but also gain credibility, skills, and reduce cheating is going to be a huge market over the next few years of figuring out how can we utilize the technology, but not have people be fully dependent on it. So I think you're on a good track there. So good job.
Yeah, just to echo what Will said, very fantastic presentation, you guys. Love the passion behind it. It's very clear that you guys have put a lot of work into this. One question I do have for you guys, with the price being $380 roughly, did you guys look at the cost of goods for manufacturing roughly? Is there a ballpark? Do you know what your profits would be for every pair of glasses that you're selling?
So we're still kind of in development, but we did look it up. We might have to work on the pricing a little bit, but that was roughly, it was around 300, so not great margins, but we're still working on it.
And the ways we cut down on pricing is, like we said, instead of having chips and stuff in here, it connects to your phone, uses your phone's power.
We were thinking about having cellular in your glasses, but that was not going to work.
Well, great job thinking about that. That's an important question to ask yourselves, and it looks like you guys did the research, so well done.
Wow, that's an incredible product. I hope they release it before the fall because I could really use a pair for school. So next, I'd like to announce our next team, the Fume Fighters. They tackled an issue that affects homes and buildings everywhere with an innovative solution. So please welcome to the stage the Fume Fighters.
Okay. Hello, judges. Hello, audience. So, I want you guys to clap 4 times on the count of 3. Are you ready? Lots of numbers. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's try that one more time. 4 times on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Okay, I want you guys to imagine your dream house. Any size, any location, anything you want inside of it, and, well, any color. Dream house, whatever it can be.
Now, imagine you just moved in and all of a sudden disaster strikes. There's a leak in your roof, water got in, now your house is infested with mold. What are you going to do?
At this point, you probably want to stop imagining and maybe even punch me in the face because you had a fantastic dream house and now it got ruined with mold. But don't worry, because we have a solution for mold. Mold is awful. Everyone can agree with that. But you may not have to worry about mold in the future.
You don't have to worry about mold when you have a fume fighter. Mold is a major issue for many areas in the U.S., whether you live in a humid state or you have water damage in your own home. Mold especially concerns you if you are a landlord, you own a large business complex, a college and its dorms, a hospital, or have issues with it in your own home. Mold is a pain. Over 45 million buildings in this country suffer from significant mold damage. The cost to remove it adds up and soars high. The average cost for a simple mold remediation is $7,000. Mold is sneaky, smelly, and difficult to locate until it's too late, costing you payloads of money out of your pocket to fix it. But what if you could stop this green little goblin before it even has a hold? What if you could save all that money and use it for something worthwhile? You can with a fume fighter. Here's how it works.
I'm Wendy, the engineer from Fume Fighter. So our product could be installed into the AC unit, or it comes standalone in the size of air purifier. We also donate our sample to the College Research Center to help us develop and upgrade our product. And how does it actually work? We have 3 sensors: gas, laser, and humidity. For example, we use the laser to visually detect the mold spawn. Certain mold spawn absorb certain lights in different spectrum. That's how we detect the mold. Unlike the smoke alarm, when you are cooking, we have 100% accuracy. So once all the 3 sensors being activated, we will send the warning to your phone app. You could also find your mold data in the app.
Hey judges, I'm Katie Moore from Fume Fighters. When you buy a fume fighter, we'll send a professional to install it into your AC unit. As Wendy was saying, the fume fighter will detect mold spores through the air and alert you when mold is found anywhere in the building. We designed our fume fighters with nursing homes, landlords, colleges, and other facilities in mind. Having had personal experience with my brothers coming home from college smelling heavily of mold, and my mom and I being concerned or anxious about the effects it could have on their health, I believe that this is not a luxury, it's an urgent need. Now, I have a question for you. How much do you think a serious mold problem could cost to remove? It could be anywhere from $5,000 to $30,000, depending on how long you let the mold grow untreated, not to mention the negative effects it could have on your health or the health of a loved one. Keeping that price in mind, $5,000 to $30,000, one fume fighter only costs $450, and it comes with free installation and a year of premium on the Fume Fighters app.
You need this today. Prevent that smell and save your money. Stop, hold, and predict the mold. Again, I say stop, hold, and predict the mold. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great work, guys. Absolutely love the energy. We got some lively folks in here today. This is awesome. Very impressive presentation. What kind of competitors have you guys seen in this space? Are there other products that combat mold, or is most of your competition coming from people that have to spend the $3,000 to $30,000 on?
So our competition is mainly mold detectors that you would have to manually search for the mold using like a button and like a device. There's none that cover a whole building, and I haven't seen and they're all pretty expensive, but I haven't seen anything that one mold detector would cover an entire building.
Great work, guys.
Yeah, you guys did awesome. Especially, I always appreciate whenever you're talking about pricing. I think you set it up very well, talking about the pain. You really set up the pain of $5,000 to $30,000, and then put the price there, so that it seems much cheaper instead of just throwing out the number. So that was really good. The question that I had, and I think this is just more like a thing you'll figure out as the product would go on, is whether you're going to be able to productize it, or it's like a one-size-fits-all solution, or if you're talking about colleges or big industrial facilities that might not have the capacity to do the entire facility. So do you guys see it being just like one thing that can fit any size of building, or is it going to be a custom solution dependent on the types of buildings that you would sell to?
That's an awesome question. So a lot of these buildings have multiple of those air conditioned boxes. And so we might insert them near those boxes. And if there's 10 boxes, each one will get one unit, and that'll help accommodate for the sizing of the building. We could also potentially work on a package that is customizable if necessary, though.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Go ahead.
Love the passion. Weren't they amazing? They were good. Yeah. Right. By the way, we have a great LinkedIn crowd. You might have a buyer from the last classes. An oncology nurse from New York says, no joke, as an oncology doula, I see the value of these glasses as a nurse. So that's Ann Wax. So again, there's people watching all this. My question to you all is, would insurance companies buy this? Meaning, I think you guys could go really big if insurance companies say, look, we're going to have to, save money because we don't have to pay out claims. What do you all think? Have you thought about that?
I can take this one. Yeah, I was thinking maybe further down the line, we could integrate that into if insurance companies are interested and want to buy it, because it would potentially save them thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I was thinking that could be integrated further down the line.
Last question, only need 30-second reply. What's your why? This is an interesting business. Do you have a past experience or pain with this, or did you just land on this? How did you come about this?
So, like I said, so my brothers go to Cedarville, and they were both in Rickard Hall, and one of them was an RA, and so he looked he was
Uh-oh.
cleaning out the dorm.
Uh-oh. Forget my question.
He kept moving the beds out during move out, and he kept finding like a wall like full of mold just behind the headboard where they were sleeping.
I get you. I'm glad. Hopefully it was fixed. It was fixed. But I'll tell you what. This is not unique to Cedarville. Ohio State had a big thing that happened, and we're talking tens of thousands of students. So I think this is a real solution. Good job, and good job, Cedarville, for fixing it.
Anybody that has been around college young men and it's like, oh, that's crazy. You haven't been around young college men. So that's part of it. With y'all's presentation, I really like the strategy of coming in, talking about the dream home and the family. I love the humor of what punch you in the face because the dream home is gone. And I love the lightness that it brought into the room. And I especially like the strategy because everybody can connect with a home, having a place, and now you're in love with it, and then you introduce the problem. Because you started with something everybody can connect with, and then you went to industrial buildings, you went to colleges, you went big on the scale. So I see the potential market, and I really like that. And my question is, with this huge market that you have, where would you start? Do you start with the insurance company? Do you start with colleges because that's where you have a connection? Do you start with individual people in their homes? Have you thought about, okay, what is the market I'm starting with?
There's a lot of different markets out there, and I think when it comes to connections, I definitely want to, or our company definitely wants to go into where we have connections already. We want to help out who we have connected first, and then maybe we can rely on them to have word of mouth advertising to progress the brand into further progression.
Beautiful. Just that idea of we often want to change the world, and that usually starts by us changing our homes and our communities first. So starting where you have connections and branching out. Beautiful.
I want to give you one advice first, and then I have a question for you. The advice is, because I started to have a question in my mind as you're presenting this about, hey, you're detecting it, but I would want to prevent it. And then you went to tell us, hey, the mold will get worse and more expensive over time. That's interesting to me. I think you need to run with that a little bit as part of your marketing. Why would Cedarville or any dual college or any place want to do this? Because it's going to force a spend on their behalf. You need to present this in terms of this is a deferred, this is a cost decrease for you. This one unit will save you over time. And you've got to do that analysis to show that, look, it's a $5,000 bill if you find it with our system up front, but it's a $30,000 bill if you wait. I think that might be helpful. Go ahead.
And my engineer, the science of it, being a science teacher, beautiful. I love how you educated on mold and what it can do, and with the lasers, this is how it detects it. Beautifully done. One thing, I don't know if you said it, but the laser, the same way it detects it, it can kill some of the early spores. So mentioning that is like also it's preventative. So not only do we catch it, it may not catch 100% of it, but you're not going to pull your dorm and then see it with the back wall. Now, if you have, so just that idea of the same laser that can detect it can destroy a lot of it.
And then I want to follow up on Dr. Oberbrunner's question about the why, but I want to make it more specific. This is a wonderful approach to a particular problem, but I think with all your energy, you can have bigger dreams. What is the bigger why? Is it safety for everything? I mean, think about that. Where would you want to take us? Okay, you get this product. Where's your company going next?
Cool.
Yeah. So I can take on this one. After our goal is to help solve the mold issue globally. That's why we also want to work with the hotel to expand it's not called business, it's a necessity to solve people's health issue. Because we did a research there, 7,000 people died because of the mold issue in the United States, and there are even more global-wise, so we want to solve it and be done.
Sweet. Fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, I personally have not experienced mold at Cedarville. I have definitely smelled some rooms that made half an issue. Our next group coming up is SwiftPicks. They have created a way to help people navigate the online world and avoid getting scammed. Please give it up for SwiftPicks.
Hello everyone, my name is Gabrielle McLean and I am co-designer of
Hello,
SwiftPicks.
my name is Smith Davis. I am a co-pitch lead.
Hello, my name is Maximus, and I am co-pitch lead and co-engineer.
Hi, my name is Audrey Skinner, and I'm co-engineer.
Hi, I'm Michaela Anderson, and I'm co-designer.
Hello, I'm Matt, and I'm the marketer. Okay, so let's start with a quick show of hands. How many of you have ever shopped online before? Pretty much everybody. All right.
You can put your hands down. Now raise your hand if you or someone you know has been scammed when shopping online.
I'm Audrey, and one of my grandparents lost thousands of dollars to an online scammer.
Nearly 400,000 people a year in the United States are scammed online out of their money or out of their products as well. So to prevent this, me and my team created SwiftPicks, where people can get not only the items they want reliably, but also for a cheap price. But we also help out businesses or early entrepreneurs with finding the products they need, sorting from stock, price, and reliable reviews. We do this using programs called scrapers to legally scrape the internet with user-friendly data that the companies give you that is also backed by AI to help us do the easy lifting.
Wait, hold on. Can I just use ChatGPT? How is it different? Like, how is it?
Our AI is specifically trained to track all throughout the internet. So if you use ChatGPT to try to do what we do, we would only choose from a few websites. Well, we would choose from eBay, Amazon, and Shopify, basically anywhere that you could think of. On top of this, we also have prices ranging from $12.99 for basic use to $39.99 for business use. And you get 1 week free access when you sign up with your new account. So, yeah. But yeah, Tunji, I just wanted to say that I didn't want to insult you. So I think you guys get the clap by now. So why don't we just start off with a little bit of, we'll like kind of end it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll take this. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys through the ring, okay? See, they got it by now. I mean,
So if you're ready to start saving big, make the smart choice and shop with SwiftPick today.
Thank you for your effort. I think it's a big problem, and I think that you are on the starting path, certainly towards solving that. What made you go down this path? What was your why, as we've heard before?
So personally as well, my grandmother was also scammed while looking for a gift for my dad. And so I was really just disgusted by what people were capable of doing to people just on the internet, because it's just that barrier that people don't understand sometimes, depending on age or where you're from. So I think giving people a tool to bridge that gap is something really important that we can do for people.
Thank you.
Beautifully done right there in that moment. You have such an exceptional personality, and I was expecting to see it in the pitch. I was expecting so many of you like to shine in different ways. So that's something that I kind of feel great product, great idea. I have a question on it logistically, but in entrepreneurship, it requires, like we talked about, that gear of, I believe you carry this thing. Like, it matters to you. And even though your personality is so vibrant, even that moment, that quieted my grandmother. And the way your voice changed when it became a personal story. So if you do continue with that, the personal stories, really tell them. Because now I care about the product too. Now I'm thinking about my own grandmother and I'm connecting with you. So when you pitch, bring yourself into it. Especially if it's something that's why you ask, what's your why? It's making sure, wait, do they care about this? Like, is this a product they really care about? So it's something I'm questioning, and I shouldn't be questioning whether you care about it or not. And if you would lead with all your stories, like you had us raise our hands, absolutely. Last thing I'll say is, why I'm asking you to do the claps is not necessarily just to do the claps.
Y'all did it in another form. You had everybody raise your hand at the beginning, right? The goal is to get them to move. The goal is to get them to think about their own personal selves during the presentation. And you did a beautiful job of that at the beginning. And I love how you interacted with the competitive challenges, competitive advantage, asking the questions and making it very interactive at that point. Last question I'll ask is, what was your price point again? And why was
Price
that?
point is $12.99 for individual use. So, and for businesses, it's $39.99. So if you are a business owner, so you can help find the stock specifically. So the higher the stock, you can sort from that as well as price.
Wait, what do you mean? So stock is in inventory?
Inventory, yeah.
Beautiful, thank you.
Awesome. Parents, these campers care about you. They love you. And I say that because I'm a parent, and sometimes with teens, we don't always remember that. But they spoke very highly of you. In fact, your grandmother's story was awesome. And I know we talked about her future book. And I can just tell you really care about her. So you're looking out for her. My parents had somebody call with their voice cloning. So, and they said, this is your grandson and I need some money. So this is coming out with AI, spam calls, they get your voice, then they do a deep fake. So I think you're definitely onto something. Did you in your research find any competitors? Do you think there's anything that exists out there that might be similar? And if so, how are you different?
We did find some similarities, but the main difference was that it wasn't just the AI or just the program. We were merging the two together to kind of make a trust with the people that are kind of nervous with AI, so that they can understand that it's not just the AI that's using it, but it's a program back, so it has a backing too. But from what we've seen, there has been some competition, but they're all very
different. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, great job, guys. Kind of like what I talked about with the first team, is this idea of like, how do we deal with AI and bring it to people in a way where they'll trust it and understand it? Because there's a lot of fear around it right now. Like AI is kind of this big monster in a sense. For some people, they look at it as a huge opportunity, both for good and evil, and some people look at it as something that's just, I don't want to touch it at all. So I think kind of what you said there at the end is, how can we bring it to people in a way it's like, hey, this is a trustworthy thing, it's secure, it's ethical, like all those ideas, that messaging when using the technology of AI, I think it's really good. So yeah, I say just, like you said, stories sell. People like to buy from people, and so whenever they hear that story about, why did I start this thing? Why did I start the mold? Why do I want to start these classes? It's the story behind it is usually the selling point of that. So definitely just harp on that the full way. So good job, guys.
Yeah, very well done, guys. I'm not sure how much you guys are familiar with it, but it seems like you are based on what you said. There's a term called SEO, which is search engine optimization. And now there's AEO, which is AI engine optimization. So when you mentioned the fact that ChatGPT only will give you certain results, that is definitely that people are able to influence that with engine optimization. So I'm actually intrigued by the idea of having something that's uninfluenced by optimization, so that I'm getting an unbiased opinion there. So great job. I think leaning into that more, really sell the data and the statistics behind that. How many small businesses are losing out because of AEO, and how you guys are kind of fixing that. And one more thing, just a thought that I had is for the price point of $12.99, I think it would be good to implement kind of a customer service portal there as well, where if I'm buying through so many different platforms, but I'm buying it through your system, if I do have any customer service needs, I would love to be able to just handle that through your system as well. That way there's just a little bit more packed into the feature for $12.99, and I feel like I'm getting more for my money. But overall, great job, and I agree with what everybody else is saying. Lean into this story more as well.
Real quick, I just wanted to add one point to that. If it's an app, if there's an interface, and you show them all the things that they've been protected from, right? Like, so last week, this is how many times you could have been scammed, or this is the person, so they're able to see the use of the product. Like, oh, this is working for me on a daily basis. Oh, that person was trying to scam me, right? And then when two things I haven't really heard from anybody is that direct call to action, like, I want you to invest this much in this. This is what we need from you. And then that one line, with both of you having grandmothers, and maybe it's multiple grandmothers, and a grandmother over here, like, let's protect our grandmothers together.
Yeah.
Because what y'all are selling is trust. So when you say something like that, like, so you're not going to do this for your grandma? You don't care about your grandma? I do. So, lean into that advantage.
Thank you guys so much.
My grandma definitely uses this too, and my friend and I do a lot of online shopping, maybe even a little too much. So, on to our fourth group, which is Study Match. They believe that studying is better together and have found a way to connect learners with new friends and study partners. So please welcome to the stage, Study Match.
I'm failing all my classes. Yeah, really? I might only have a 20% in algebra, man.
For real?
Yeah, I don't know, but I heard about this new app called Study Match. Study Match? What's that?
Did you guys say study match?
Yes, we did.
Everybody repeat after me. You need to study.
You need to study.
Do it with a buddy.
Do it with a buddy.
Study with a match.
Study with a match.
There is no catch.
There is no catch. Everybody, I am Vincent Foote, and I am a co-designer for the app Study Match.
I am Vicky Dana, and I am also one of the designers.
I am Todd Gleghorn. I am the lead pitch of this product.
I'm Liam Dennis. I'm an engineer.
My name is Emma Latchford, and I'm the marketer.
And this is Study Match, an app designed to pair you with other students in order to study more, boost productivity when studying. When I study with friends, I often remember much more than when I just study alone. Now, the National Library of Medicine has also seconded this, saying that it will boost the amount of information you attain by a full 90%.
Imagine this. You walk into class the first week of freshman year, and you look at the whiteboard and you're lost. Anybody been through that? You just don't know. And you have no friends since it's, the first week of freshman year. So, this is where this comes in.
Study Match is the ideal solution for studying. You get to be encouraged by a group that is perfect for you. It is made for you, based on you.
Some of the pros about group study includes being able to encourage each other, using multiple methods of learning, and gaining new knowledge from one another.
See here? This is the logo for our product, our app. It may look very simple, but it's actually very complex. I created this logo to represent creative thinking while being in a group with other peers. The cloud represents the thought process in the memory, while the pencil represents what actually turns into it. So that is our logo.
And then this is our app design. So this is the sign up page. Basically you just put in your name, your school email, what school you go to, and then over here it's it asks you some questions about yourself. So then if you're depending on whether you're extroverted or introverted, it kind of just matches you up with people that are similar to you. And then this is the next page. This is to upload your schedule, your school schedule for your classes, so that you can basically get matched up with people in the same classes as you, the same difficulty, and then with the same teachers as well. And then you're also able to connect your personal calendar to it, so that it kind of just takes that into account whenever setting up times for you to meet up with other students to do homework or study for tests.
And you may be wondering, but Todd, how much does it cost? And there is a simple answer. It costs you nothing. The university will buy this product for only $1,200 per 1,000 students. And then you guys will all get free access to it if you are with the school. You get to be able to be grouped with other people who are available at the same time. You can use this, and studying has never been easier. This is Study Match.
Great job, everybody. As somebody who works in marketing, my favorite brands to work with are brands that are very self-explanatory with the name and things like that. People are more likely to buy when they understand what it is immediately, right? Dr. O'Brien has taught us many times that clarity attracts and confusion repels. And so you guys have done a phenomenal job with your marketing and getting that idea across right away. The moment I saw the word study match, the first thing that went through my head is, oh, this will be like a dating app for study buddies. And it is. It's really, really tastefully done, I think. There's been a lot of times in classes, especially I can remember when you guys were telling that story kind of freshman year doing that. I remember for me it was microeconomics that first week I'm sitting in class and I know absolutely nobody. I'm not a math guy. But it would have been great to kind of get locked in right away. So I also really appreciate the pricing strategy of not charging students, especially when I'm coming in as a freshman in college. I don't have a lot of money right now. So I think this is something that universities would pay for. I think this is something that Cedarville would be very happy to implement. I would want to see maybe just a little bit more statistics. You guys started to lean into that, showing that 90% retention rate bonus. I would love to see more of that and just get a better understanding of, when I'm paying $1,200 for 1,000 students, how can we highlight exactly what these students are receiving? It's not just a better education, it's a better community, kind of leaning more into all of that. But overall, guys, really, really well done. And I think this is a very feasible product and I would love to see it happen.
Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of want to harp on the idea of who the customer is, especially in an app like this, and how apps grow, especially with Gen Z, like our generation, Gen Alpha. One of the ways I've seen a lot of apps have success is more of a grassroots idea. I think in general, Gen Z tend to have a desire for these grassroots apps where it's like a group of founders, they're building it, and they're going straight to the customer. And so even looking like how did ChatGPT kind of started with a bunch of students using it, and then they subsidize it through investment. So it was cheap. It was basically free, and they used it for free for a while, and then people got hooked on it. And then they came out with pricing subscriptions, and a lot of students, and then universities bought into it. Cedarville has ChatGPT for every student on campus, but that was because all the students were using it for free before that. So I think you could also look at that idea of how can you figure out how to have great TikTok campaigns, great marketing campaigns, get on campuses, talk to people, get students to use it first, and you'll probably have to have investment to do that. Or figure out some way to use a lean startup method to get the money to do it, get it in students' hands, and if they start using it, universities will see that, and then you'll get the investment from the university. So I think just looking at, you want to go to university first, there's a long buy-in cycle, they have to go through a lot of bureaucracy, like just a lot of decision makers need to get their hands on that, but maybe go to the students first, get an interest there, and make it easier to get the universities to buy it. But great job, love the product, and like you said, having the name explain what it is, it's helpful. So great job.
Awesome. So I'm really proud of this group because the first time I popped in your collaboration room, you all were not united. And everyone was saying their own thing, and but then you all were super united today. They did what's called a wireframe where they mapped out their app. It's even branded, super proud of you. So I think the pitch was awesome as a individual user. When you walk in universities are a business. They need students to be able to pay for lights, buildings, professors. And so what I think that angle could be is when students don't feel like they're excelling, they drop out. And when they drop out, that affects the university by a loss of income. Therefore, when you bring us on, we retain the students, and therefore our app is technically free for you because we're saving you student dropout. And I think that type of positioning, it's like, yeah, sign me up, because they don't want students to leave and feel discouraged. But I think it was amazing. I love it. And the logo, super good. Awesome.
I love this idea. I don't know, it's maybe it's because I'm a teacher. Number two, it's something I experienced when I was in school. I went to the University of Georgia, a huge university, and then I was a biology major, so the classes are so big. And when you start struggling, you can start feeling alone so quick. So even if it's not a community, like just the community aspect of it. So I'm gonna ask a lot of technical questions just right now because I'm curious in how you see it. On everybody else here, out here can't see it, but on the sign up page it says, are you introverted or extroverted? So when you say you'll match them up with their ideal group, are you matching introverts with introverts or extroverts with introverts? So the study groups are more dynamic. How do you see that playing out?
We see it more as kind of putting introverts with introverts and extroverts with extroverts, because like a lot of introverted people don't like big overwhelming situations with like a bunch of people like talking so much and like so much energy, like, and then like I'm an extrovert, like I love energy and like having like conversations and arguing about what we're learning, like it just makes it so much more fun. But like I know so many people that don't enjoy that, and like they want to be relaxed when they're learning and like have that more under control. So that's why like we kind of like did it like that and like group each person like with like what they are.
I love the mentality. The only thing that I would challenge is in your generation, like Gen Z and Gen Alpha, just the ability to make the choice. I'm an introvert, but I want to be an extrovert. I'm an extrovert, but I want to be an introvert. So then being able to make that choice and navigate what the situation looks like. And the more data you're able to get, then you can also push a community piece of, step out of your comfort zone. Like challenge yourself to grow. So there's so many ways that you could tackle this and make it a real thing. But it's something that is very necessary. And I just love the idea. I love the slogan too. There's no catch. Come on now. So anything that I remember afterwards, that I may be singing afterwards, that makes me think once I leave this space and I'm driving and I'm saying, "Study masters, don't catch," like that's something that you want. So great job adding that.
Nicely done. The question I had maybe I think it was Ben, that thought about kind of a dating app for studying. And my mind went back to, years ago when eHarmony came out and they had their patented kind of things that they were discriminating between, that would match you up. What is the science that you were able to look at that suggests, you mentioned introvert, extrovert. There's got to be more to it than that in terms of what makes someone likely to be a better study partner. How deeply were you able to look into that? Were you able to consider other facets besides that?
Well, yes, I did not get too deep. I was not able to go too deep into this subject as the computer was at 2%. Unfortunately, I had very little time to do that, but I was able to talk with an actual college student, Austin over here, and got some important info. And it's also the main thing is getting you to start the study, and that's what it tries to get you to do. And groups with friends is very important. Then it becomes more than just studying. It becomes a hangout with study.
That's a great point. That leads to my follow-up question. Back in the day when I tried to find people to study with, it was always really just an organic process, right? You wanted to find people that you related well. I could see this being really useful, like you all started with the example of, hey, it's freshman first week of class. But certainly after some point in time, people will be more familiar. Why would they want to continue using your product at that?
The thing is this. Now, this ties into the schedule. Because imagine you're trying to, you're a couple years into college and you're trying to plan hangout with your friends, do some studying, but you can't. You're not figuring out where the schedules match up. What Study Match will do is it will match your schedules together and see where and what time can you meet up and do the studying. That's why.
Adding on to that, so another reason for why they want to continue is like you're not like the same people that you work with like freshman year, like through the app, like you meet them through the app, like you might not like stay in the same classes throughout like your whole like college experience. Like you might like branch off into like different like things, so you might like just end up with different people, and so like then it's just you keep meeting new people like in different situations, different classes with different teachers, and that's why.
And I just wanted to add one thing because this product is very valuable, The survey I had y'all take, the multiple intelligence survey, it tells you whether you're kinesthetic, interpersonal. It always speaks of future careers as well. So that's something they could take, and it would say, okay, these are your study habits, and that's the group we're going to put you with. And also something called an implementation intention. Once you have a location and a time, people are more likely to do something. So if the groups get preferred spacing on this study area that people want, and you study with your group, okay, you get preferred to have this space and this time. So both of those will be solid and, well, short time. I'll share. Great job.
Good job. All right, let's go. Yeah.
Well, I certainly understand that feeling of looking at the whiteboard and notes, etc., and feeling a little overwhelmed.
But our next group we'd like to welcome is Kenora, because we understand that being sick can be difficult, but this company believes that it doesn't have to be lonely. Please welcome Kenora.
Every year, millions of children spend extended periods in hospitals due to illness, injury, or chronic conditions. While hospitals treat physical health, many young patients struggle with something that is equally important: mental health. 53% of hospitalized children deal with anxiety, depression, and/or isolation. Unfortunately, one of my closest friends, Haley, felt this way during the hospital. Her testimony was, quote, "Being in the hospital is only and overall scary. It is hard not to lose hope, and if I was able to connect with other people facing similar things as me, it would have helped me tremendously. Being able to see that people like me are still able to function and live life would have helped me to keep pushing forward. Seeing that there are people like me that have gotten better would give me hope. Keeping in touch and being able to see others getting better would have helped me stay strong and less alone. Sharing my stories with others and being able to listen to theirs would have helped me on my path to recovery." End quote. Do you guys see the problem?
So you guys might be wondering, what exactly is Kenora? Well, Kenora is a secure social platform designed specifically for pediatric patients in children's hospitals. And through Kenora, the kids can safely connect with other patients their age, so they'll be able to connect, understand, bond, be able to talk with each other, be able to connect over their shared experience. And it provides friendship, support, and community during treatments and recovery.
As my teammates are handing out the QR code, I'd like for the audience to go ahead and scan that, and it'll bring you to our app that is in progress. And I'm going to do this, and on the back of that is your key. When you scan this, you're going to be brought to our prototype app. At the top, you'll be able to see a calendar, which you can share with your friends, and maybe you have a surgery or a treatment coming up. Your friends will be able to send you a congratulations or some encouragement on that. When you go down, you can see your circle. These are friends that you have specifically picked and your parents have approved. You'll be able to chat with them, call them, FaceTime them. When you go down one more, you'll have your activities, whether it's playing a game, drawing together. It's a way to connect without having to actually be on a call. If you look at the very bottom, you'll see the menu, which basically brings you to the home page, which you're on right now. And then there's the chat function, which is where you can text your friends, your do bar, which is where you can have all your activities, and your help, which brings you to be able to talk to a moderator, page a nurse, or do some breathing exercises.
Now, you guys just got a really cool app, but stay with me here. Kenora, it's not just another social app. It's a support ecosystem. It's a safe place for children who may spend weeks or even months separated from normal life and normal friends. Our goal is simple: to ensure that no child faces a medical journey alone.
Not only does our app allow for children to connect, it also has a parent portal for parents. Child safety is one of our priorities. We want to ensure, like with a lot of other social media apps, there's not a lot of verification, and so we do get a lot of catfishing, and it's just not safe for children. We actually have nurses verify ages, so everything stays localized within hospitals, and parents are able to set settings on the app so that they can actually determine who their child is in communication with. This can include like gender roles, age, specifically like medical treatments if y'all wish, like if the user wishes to actually disclose that information. But it's very important for like parents if whether they know their children has like a terminal illness or something and they really are having a hard time, they want to get in connection with other parents to know that you don't have to handle that burden alone. Like people are here for you and they want to be alongside you. I'm Claire.
I'm Alex.
I'm Michaela.
I'm Coulter.
And I'm Noah Bryant.
And we are Kenora, connected, strong, and together.
Thank you. I really like the problem that you're trying to tackle. That said, I'm really curious about the problem and the scale of it. Did you have any data on how many kids are in hospitals over, say, a couple of days? I'm sure there are some, and I see the commercials where they're in the specialized hospitals where the poor kids are in for months and treatment and so forth. How big is this problem, this potential market, to make it viable for your business?
Yeah, so thank you so much for your question, first of all. Our research is limited due to like the influx changing because every day, we have different conditions. Kids are coming in for the flu or they're coming in for surgeries. Sometimes they need to have appendectomies. So our market does change daily, but we do know 53% and there are millions of children with long-term illnesses so we are looking at hundreds of thousands for potential market.
To specify, 53% of children in the hospital are dealing with isolation.
Correct. So it is more anxiety and depression they're facing, especially when like patients with cystic fibrosis cannot physically leave their room without getting really, really sick.
And if this was your child, you wouldn't want your child to only have you guys. You want your child to be able to realize they can relate to other people.
Absolutely. I want my child to have this. I'm worried about you as a company being able to have a large enough business base to help my child. That's what I'm really proud of.
So imagine the Grey's Anatomy episode where this child's dealing with being alone, right? And the doctor's like, here, try this app. This app will help connect you with others, even though you can't leave your isolation, your physical isolation. You can be emotionally connected with others. It's not just a small community. There's millions of people who need this.
Thank you.
I don't know why my eyes feel sweaty. I know when something's good when it's just the temperature in the room, right? The way it felt. When you told the personal story to begin, can we do a 5 claps on 3? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I leaned in, right? And how all of you spoke, it felt like it was your friend. It felt like you had a friend in the hospital, or you've all gone through this. And it makes me curious, if I had more time, I would ask each and every one of you, have you personally experienced it? Because the way you delivered it. In fact, the way you delivered it, I stopped even being curious about how much it costs, who's gonna pay for it. When you were asking your questions, like, even if it's 2 kids, they talk to each other. That's how I felt about it. So I think the idea is just so brilliant when you go to the point of, like, people's kids. And nobody deserves to be sick, but babies, like kids, and then they don't have anybody to talk to. And then the fact that I'm looking at the app already, it's like, take my money. Get your wallets out. Right? Like, that's how I felt. So I'm not even a part of the pitch. So I think just very, very well done.
How do I follow that? Wow. Wow. All I did was draw a smiley face on the app. See? So this is our third year for the camp, and can you believe that they created an app that works and you can draw a smiley face, and I shared it with my circle too. So you can page a nurse. I mean, this is good stuff. So I guess my question is, are you going to sell this to individual families or hospitals or both? Have you thought about who is going to be the buyer?
Of course. So we're primarily starting out going to focus on top down, so business to business, right? We're going to focus on pushing this towards children's hospitals, hospitals with hundreds, if not thousands of children who need this app. Now this will run locally, so it's just the two children in the hospital being connected, so you know that it's safe for your child.
Cool. Yeah, great work guys on the presentation. I think my question was similar on the pricing and customer side. I was just looking at your pamphlet, which is great. Like, giving something physical to people is always great in your presentation. But then just looking at the $100,000 per year in hospital, I think the key element, like the value proposition of what you have, your app, is like there's a lot of people on it, right? So I think the biggest challenge you guys will have in the beginning is getting a lot of users really fast. So what, like the partnership like Ronald McDonald House, look into a group, not just an individual hospital, but maybe like Mayo Clinic or UPMC, where there's a bunch of them that can be deployed quickly. Because Entrepreneurship Christ, we've done multiple apps that have come out of our organization and just different people that know that have developed apps. And getting you need like a batch of users really quick because there's just like 2 or 3 people on it. Obviously, you don't have that like widespread connection. So I think, yeah, when you look at hospitals you're going towards, you want those organizations that can deploy quickly, and boom, you have 100, 200 users like that. So I think, yes, just looking at the B2B, I think that'd be a great direction to go. So great job, guys.
Yeah, very, very well done, guys. To draw the emotion out so quickly can be very challenging, and you guys did that very, very well. And so, like Timothy said, like to feel it so quickly, to be so connected, and just reminded of friends I've had that experience things like this, and even in my own experience, like single overnight experiences, how challenging that can be. This is something that immediately stood out to me as a product that makes sense. I agree with Dr. Hayman on some of the questions as far as how you're going to get the money and how you're going to get everything to be profitable. The first thing that's going through my head with the passion that you guys have and the emotion that you're able to draw out and in a natural and honest way is your creation here might not be something that's necessarily profitable, but I think it would be something that you should bring into the world. And so I would almost lean more into the sense of find people who are willing to invest in this, not because they want to make money, but because they want to change lives. And so I think this is one of those things where people who have deep pockets and big hearts will dive into this and they will want to see it come to life. And it might not be to get a ton of money, but if I had a lot more money than I do right now, I would invest it just to see it happen. And so I think what you guys have created is absolutely beautiful, and I would love to see that happen. And the only other thing that I thought about too, which I really appreciated, was the first thing that I thought about was kind of the concern of safety for kids, you know, in the world that we live in with technology. And it sounds like you guys have thought through that very well and are striving to create a platform that is safe for kids to use and is moderated well, and for parents as well to be integrated into that. I think is a very good idea. So well done, guys.
Thank you.
I just wanted to add a point to Dr. Kale's point earlier, like the insurance, like that angle of if you can get it embedded in a hospital or embedded in Mayo Clinic, it'll be embedded like it's by their bedside because it has games and you navigating the features first. So it's just something that's already a part of it. And as Will said, you already have 200 users, or these many across the world. And I can see different people across the planet Earth that are dealing with what I'm going through. So then it becomes almost like a pen pal situation also on a global scale.
Wow, I didn't know I needed to add tissues to the vacuum list, guys. I'm sorry. Up next, I would like to invite Meadows down to the stage. In a world full of distractions, they have created a way to make focus feel calm, peaceful, and productive. So please welcome Meadows to the stage.
tired. I was like YouTube all night, and I have an exam tomorrow. I'm so tired I can't even do a cartwheel.
Has this ever happened to you? You know you should focus on studying, but your time just gets eaten up by apps like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Then you try to cram everything in the night before the test, but it never works.
Has cramming in everything after the test? Has cramming in before the test ever worked for you guys?
No.
No one remembers it later, but we have a solution with our new app, Meadows. Meadows is about helping you be productive with your time. Meadows is about increasing your memory quality. How it works is you attach it to certain apps, and when you open them, it asks you a few simple questions so that you can master every bit of information one tiny piece at a time. And as you do, you earn flowers and grow your virtual meadow.
But that just sounds so inconvenient.
Well, here at Meadows, we believe the app should work for you and not you for the app. So we designed it specifically with that in mind.
You can customize Meadows by uploading your notes and adding what apps you want Meadows on. You can also choose the amount of questions on your quizzes.
But what if I didn't take notes?
That's not a problem at all. Meadows uses your recordings of lectures or digital notes to feed our AI to create the questions for you.
Meadows also has pre-made courses like different levels of English, science, math, French, Spanish, and also a healthy living class.
And not to worry, you don't have to play alone. You can invite your friends too to join. You can even do weekend challenges or semester leaderboards.
Very good. I'm Kristalola. I'm one of the pitch leads with Meadows.
I'm Caleb Foote. I'm one of the pitch leads of Meadows.
I'm Ethan Roth. I'm the engineer of Meadows.
I'm Naomi McLean, and I'm the marketer.
My name is Ellie Youngkin, and I'm the creator. Or not the creator, the designer.
We are Meadows.
Why is it called Meadows?
Well, there's actually a very interesting story behind that.
That's kind of where it all started. Every time you master new knowledge, you earn higher level flowers to decorate your virtual garden. You also have the option to design your very own Meadows character.
Also, for all the guys out there, Meadows isn't limited to just flowers. There's different themes like cars, cities, and forests coming soon.
Many, many more coming soon.
Wow, that's so amazing. I think I can finally do that cartwheel.
But we also know that college students don't have a lot of money. So we designed Meadows to be affordable for the college student. Only $5.99 a month with a 14-day free trial so that you can get to know Meadows before investing in it. But one of our earliest ideas was to have the college pay for it and to give custom quotes to the college based on overall student grades. So we took the liberty to do a custom quote for Cedarville, and it came out to around $500,000 per year for all the students to get Meadows for free, with hardly an impact on their tuition too.
Our startup plan is to hire a professional coder and use credible AI, and the budget is around $20,000.
But it's not just about profit. Meadows is about helping you remember. Meadows is about helping you keep that knowledge with you for the rest of your life, even way beyond college. Because in the long run, it's not going to be that 5-minute YouTube or that Instagram reel that you remember, but it's the knowledge and the wisdom that you take to heart that's going to give value to your life. I know this as a personal, curious person who just loves to learn. My mom can definitely attest to this. I'm the one who's on the walk pointing out, oh, that's a linden tree. That's a paper birch. And I just love learning, but I didn't learn that all cramming before a test. I crammed before a test and I forgot it all. Learning little bits at a time has helped me tremendously. And I hope Meadows helps you too.
Proverbs 18:15 talks about the mind of the discerning acquires knowledge, and the wise seek it. And it talks again and again about how knowledge is so valuable. So I hope that with Meadows, you're able to grow your know and grow your Meadow.
So what are you waiting for?
Download Meadows today.
Well done, guys. Shout out to Naomi for the wonderful presentation there specifically. I remember last year, I think you played the Granny as well. So it speaks volumes to the ability to put so much passion and energy into something and have it be remembered a year later. It's a very infectious personality, and using that for this is brilliant. And so you guys have done a good job with what you presented here. I like the idea a lot. I will say, my freshman year, I actually did have an app that was very similar to this. It was kind of a time blocking thing where it would deactivate your phone, and the longer you went, the bigger your trees would get. And I enjoyed it, but I did feel that there were limitations to it that I think that you guys could surpass and grow. And for those of you guys who were here last year, one of the big things that we talked about at Entrepreneurship Camp was gamification and kind of building in some competitive elements and making it more involved. I would love to see aspects where you can win things or earn things based on who has the biggest garden bed by the end of the week or something like that. I think if you get more competitive with it, more people will be drawn in. And I also like that you guys have a roadmap here. You have ideas to do other versions, you know, if flowers aren't your thing, then you got a garage full of cars. That's cool. I think there's a lot of opportunity there to grow. Pricing wise, I think I have a couple of concerns. Just, you know, that's a very big bill to send to a college, you know, $500,000. I think it would almost be probably better to start with going direct to consumer and doing the free trial sort of thing, right? If you give them 2 weeks, all of a sudden there's an emotional attachment. I'm 2 weeks in, I have my flowers that I expect 2 weeks growing. Now I want to keep them. And so now I'm going to give you my own money to keep them. I think that could be a route to go. And then, you know, kind of like what Will was saying with some of the other things, you know, start with direct, and then once people start to have the value there, you can go for the larger consumer and start selling colleges and stuff. But very well done, guys. Love what you've done here.
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of apps in this space of productivity. How do I get off my phone? How do I stay away from screens? And the specific element that I saw you guys talk about, because there's like some competitors out there that I want to ask about, is how did you come up with the idea of the questions specifically to unlock apps? I think there's a lot of apps out there that are in this productivity space, but where did the idea of having questions that you actually have to answer related to studies to unlock the apps, where did that idea come from?
Well, the point is to like study for your tests and stuff. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I think that specific element could be your competitive edge compared to most apps, where like you said, the gamification. A lot of people now, especially with the increase in gambling and all that, are trying to put money on the line. I think if you guys take that studying element of putting studying on the line to help with the unlocking apps, that'd be a really good angle. So good job.
I'm really glad you didn't twist your ankle on that cartwheel. True story, I did a break dance on the stage at a camp and I tore my ligament in my ankle. So I was like, please don't. So good job there. Secondly, I love the personal story about walking and seeing the trees, and that's amazing. I think one thing you gotta be careful of is when you were talking about meadows, I also thought, oh gee, I don't know if I'm into gardens and meadows, but you said cars and other things, so I do like that. But if you name it meadows, then as you're changing your roadmap, you just gotta be careful. So maybe you name it something more that focuses on the benefit, and meadows is the one version, and then cars are the one version. But if you name it meadows and you have other versions, there might be some brand confusion. So just a little tweak there. But I think you're solving a real problem that students have, so excellent.
I love the fact that y'all stayed with this idea, because those that don't know, we had an opening night where they, on the fly, had to come up with an idea, and in 20 minutes they had to pitch it, and this was the idea. This was one of my favorite ones from the first night, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked the idea. I still do. I think the difference is with the pitch challenge, the more technical you get, you lose the simplicity and the elegance of it. Like the first night, because it was so raw and so new, you broke it down. So again, that word comes to mind, elegant. And I was like, ooh, meadows. And I can't remember initially on that first night how you said it, that immediately I connected and how it unfolded. I understand it now, but more from a technical standpoint. Like I didn't feel it the same way I did the first night. That doesn't mean the idea is not great, but it's kind of deconstructing what did I do that first time, that when we brought the technicalities in which we need to know how much it costs, we need to know all the different pieces. But just finding that balance between let me be technical and let me have you feel it. But I really like that you stayed with this idea because I think it'll work. I think it's feasible. I think like we talked about that this already exists. And the competitive advantage is the specific university, the specific class, the specific questions. The question I have for you is still that challenge of, is somebody choosing to put this on their phone and why? Is it the gamification that's making them do it? Is it because everybody else around them is doing it? Is it because their teacher is recommending it? When you envision this, what makes a student say, I'm putting this on my phone today and I'm not going on YouTube, even though that's the immediate gratification to study? Like, what makes them do that? Like, what is the angle you're taking for that?
I think definitely the community is a big part of that because you can interact with your friends. You can see how big your garden is growing or your collection is growing. And just the simplicity, just a few questions, a little bit at a time, and you can adjust the level. So it doesn't have to be a big inconvenience. Like we exist to serve you, not you to serve us. So when your friends are doing it and it seems so easy, I think that's where most of people would decide to go with Meadows.
Absolutely. And one thing that I would add, I think this is one of those things that if you can get people to interact with it and they just naturally log their study time, or it logs their study time for them. Something that I visualize, plants grow over time. Gardens take time to grow. If you water a flower all in one night, it dies because you overwatered it. So that's what they're doing with cramming. You're trying to overwater it, and then you lose all the information. So if you have that feature where they cram and they thought they were successful, and over time, they can see what they did, I think it's something that would be embedded. If you learn over time, okay, what you're doing when you're cramming versus when you let your garden grow naturally. So I think that visual is powerful if you choose to stay with Meadows as the idea, as the name of the platform.
Great presentation. I share a lot of what Ben as well as Dr. Ko said. It wasn't good for me having flowers in the meadow. And then you say, well, hey, there could be cars, you can grow these other things. So they're pointing. But one thing I think the gamification was mentioned, that's a really good idea. Also maybe focus on the collectability. Maybe there's, you can get your coin collection to this. You can get your car collection to this. And I've got to keep putting those hours in the things I've been doing in study so I can get the next one. Things like that might be helpful.
And free food.
Free food.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Meadows. I certainly know that I struggle with not staying on YouTube, but I need to be studying. And as a nature lover, I would personally love to see my garden grow. The next group that we will be inviting up is Clarity Choose. Their mission is simple: helping people make clearer, more confident decisions. Please join me in welcoming Clarity Choose.
Hey guys, I'm Wes from Clarity Choose, and I just wanted to say hello.
I'm Joshua McClain.
I'm Abby Kimball.
I'm Ava Van Arsdalen.
And I'm Hazel Baker.
Now, to get you guys' attention, repeat after me. Now let's keep doing this for until I hold my hand up like this. Just keep doing that until I hold my hand up like this. All right, just a reminder. Some party, man. Oh, yeah. Dude, just one more time. Come on. How are you gonna do? Dude, it's kind of going. Wait, you're like really drunk. I don't think you should be. It's fine. Let's just go. Wait, no!
In America, we are fighting a war against drunk driving and excessive drinking. In the States, every year, 12,000 people die due to accidents because of drunk driving. That is 42 people every day and 1 every 40 minutes. 17% of American adults have been drunk in the last month, and 6% are heavy drinkers, drinking 8 to 15 times per week. This is an issue that we are facing daily, and it needs to be addressed. And so that is where Clarity Chews comes in.
We are working on a pharmaceutical product called Clarity Chews. This is a gummy that uses naltrexone to nullify the reward incentive to drink. They're probably wondering, what the heck is naltrexone? Well, it's something that blocks the opioid receptors in the brain so that alcohol does not have any effect. Currently, these gummies are exclusively prescription, but we are currently working with the FDA so that we can get these over the counter. This drug is currently only available in a bitter form, and we are the only people on the market to provide the gummy in a sweet gummy variation. This gummy is not suitable for children, though. It is only prescription.
Okay, so a little bit more about the product. So it comes in a container with about 30 gummies, which is about once per month. You'll take this gummy one time in the morning, and this is only a temporary thing. It could take from 3 to 12 months as the doctor prescribes it for you. This is not like an addictive medication at all. These gummies don't taste like other pills. We provide 5 fruity flavors, which include blue raspberry, strawberry, cherry, and pineapple. You can get these in a variety pack or choose the individual flavor of your choosing. It sells for $35, but with insurance, it can be $5 to $25. It only takes $7.50 to make, which means we get $27.50 in profit every container we sell. So what type of clarity are you going to choose?
Very interesting. What do you think the hurdles are to getting FDA approval on this, and what kind of testing regimen do you think that they would require, a timeline before you could actually get this into market?
Well, they do have to test how potent the drug will still be due to with the added effects of gelatin and sugar, because it will be in a gummy form. But after the the testing should not take that long, because there are a lot of medications that do this in very short amounts of time. Maybe in probably a year or more regimen.
So the naltrexone, they've been actually researching this for over 30 years. So we're just adding it into that gummy version to make it it's more accessible type of it. So it's just the FDA approval of making it in a gummy because it does have that bitter taste. So making that part approved, not the naltrexone for consumption.
And one follow-up, it seems to me like this is a great product potentially for those that want to quit. But for many of the people that are drinking, the drunkenness is a feature, not a bug. What do you do to entice them to embrace this?
Wait, can you ask the question again?
Yes, this is a great product for a subset of those that drink alcohol that want to quit. But for many people, they're going to alcohol precisely because they want to get drunk. They probably don't want to take your pill. How can you entice them, or how do you think that would go to reach that market?
Well, alcohol, even though there's only one person drinking in alcohol in certain scenarios, they are still affecting the people around them. Like me personally, I have a person in my life who I really cared about, and one time I saw them drunk, and I never wanted to see that again. I really did not like that experience, and I want people to know, this doesn't just affect you, this affects the people around you in a negative way.
Okay, thank you.
So, one, I want to commend you on that response. They've been researching this for 30 years. It's just about the gummy. I love how you said, who is they? In this moment, it doesn't matter, right? A plethora of research. and then you're able to navigate moving forward because you're using a body of research as opposed to one data point. So I love that angle. I love the commitment to the bit. The dead bodies were on the floor for the entire time. I'm like, and that visual that keeps you engaged. So I love the fact that you did that. I love the confidence that you spoke with about it, specifically making it a gummy and then simplifying it to one product. Right? This is what it is. This is the problem. This is the solution. Again, an elegant fix. And that most of the things are bitter, ours is sweet. And then the one point I would say on that is the instant IP, the protecting your product. Because once you only have one simple thing that makes it different, I can copy your one simple thing. And I have a knockoff. So it's understanding, okay, what is my timeline I have where, okay, this is the only product. How am I going to take advantage of that? How do I protect it in the long term? Because the simpler it is, I mean, it's a great thing, but it makes it very easy to copy. But I really love it. I love the pitch. I love the idea. Beautifully done.
Awesome. I think this is a group that really knows their numbers. So you told us how much it costs to make, how much your profit is. I think that's fantastic. To tag on to Tunji, just because I do like IP, you could file a provisional patent, which then gives you 12 months to actually file the real patent. So, like Tunji said, if it's not that complex, you're going to get copycats. So I think it's very important that you budget to patent the sweetness with the bitterness. But yeah, I think your facts were great.
Yeah, no, the presentation was great. Just to kick it off, I want to touch on what Dr. Everbrunner said. It's just that element of in the pharmaceutical space, in the space of helping people with things medically, you're going to have to put a lot of cost into just getting people behind it. In a lot of ways that like medical stuff actually gets to the pharmacist is through meetings, through having them out to dinner, through presenting it, and just really talking to a lot of people to get them behind it because they have so many people talking to them. There's so many people trying to sell them the next best drug, the next best thing. So I think with how your margins are, that gives you room to then expand obviously the research and development side has already been done a lot. Like you're just going to an already established market with a different angle, which is good. So you don't have the development costs. But then how do you guys imagine kind of your go-to-market strategy when it comes to getting the product to people? Do you have specific companies or pharmaceutical groups that you want to go towards? Or what angle of actually getting your product to your customer do you see going?
So our main goal was getting it to those doctors and to the just pharmacies first, because as you were saying, if you go straight to the customer, most of those people that are already on like alcohol are not going to be like, yes, I want to stop. So going to those doctors and the pharmacies for them to prescribe it to them is our main goal.
Awesome. Great, thank you.
Yeah, great work, guys. Tackling something as big as alcoholism is a huge challenge, and I'm encouraged to see you guys just dive into that head first, and especially to see the next generation stand up and say, I've seen this and I don't like it. So I just want to commend you guys for taking something on that is very challenging to do and being passionate about it. I would definitely say this is one of those things where you guys can really lean in more to the emotional side of things. I think doing a skit is good, but also reminding people like what's happening here is a travesty and it's an epidemic and it's not changing when we want it to change. I'm encouraged by the idea of this product. I've had people who have been taken by causes of drug driving, and so for me, I'm like, yes, I want to see this get into the market. I definitely think there's going to be a lot of challenges, and like Will said, like to get into this space and to get to the people that you need to get to have this happen. That's going to be a very long and challenging process to do something like introducing a new drug. And there's going to be a lot of challenges that come with that. And even in that 3 to 12 month span that you guys mentioned, there's going to be a lot of people who will tackle something like this and look at it and just want that immediate fix. And, I think it even goes back to what we've talked about, like watering plants and stuff like that. This is not an overnight solution. And so I think you'll want to try to find ways to create support for people in this environment as well. And remind them, like, we are producing something that's going to help you with this addiction that you have. but this is still not going to just make it go away. Like there's still lifestyle things that need to change. So I would create more than just the drug. I would create some kind of community around that as well as get support for that. But overall, guys, I'm very inspired to see you take on something as challenging as this and have passion for it. So very well done. Congratulations, guys.
I would be disrespectful to you if I don't mention how dope that skit was with the clapping and something. Something we said all week that I kept telling them. Bruce Lee had a quote. He said, "Absorb what is useful, reject what is not, and add what is specifically your own." So in this day and age, the ability to have you engaged naturally and keep you off of your phones, that's what the clapping's about, and also have you present in the moment. And then to make it your own and to make it the background of the music at the party. And I don't know if whether you did this intentionally, we couldn't hear what you were saying, but then the skit ended and I knew exactly what was happening. And everything that was said between you two, it didn't matter because I understood the context. So, beautiful skit. Come on.
Thank you so much, judges, for your amazing feedback and questions. Can we have one last round of applause for all the teams?
As the judges move to deliberate in another room, I'm going to invite Professor Cato to the stage to share a few remarks.
So don't worry, students, I am not voting. Okay, so they're voting, they're gonna talk. Awesome. So first of all, parents, thank you for your trust. Thanks for the resources that you invested to bring them here. Students, how many of you know one of your friends who should have been here? You know people who should come here next year. Anybody? I'd love to see this like with 500 students. We actually could fit that many. So I'm gonna give you all a challenge, okay? You all want to make some money? Okay? So, ooh, Todd's ready. Todd's already standing up. Wow. Okay. So, if you invite a friend and they put your name on the form for next year, $50 per student. Hey, why not? That means per friend. So you bring 10 friends, $500. And by the way, we don't make money off the camp. Think about this, you know, the meals, the lodging. This is really Cedarville just saying we believe in young people. Yes, question? No, it won't make. In fact, if you bring 4 friends, you get them free. So there you go. Parents like that. All right. All right. So, my name is Kerry Overrunner, Dr. KO, people call me, but I love this place. And the students know my story. I applied as a Bible professor in 2005 because I was a pastor, and guess what? Cedarville did what? They rejected me. They're like, no, we don't want this guy as a Bible professor. And I'm like, fine, all right. So then I kept writing books, and then I thought, you know what? The pastor world is too slow. Nothing against pastors. I love them to death. I love churches. But God made me to be an entrepreneur. And I didn't know that at the time, but it never fit just right, the pastor thing. And so then I became an entrepreneur. And then I started my entrepreneurial journey. And then in 2022, is that what my saying is? 2022? Cedarville saw me and they said, would you be our entrepreneur professor? And I told them that man's rejection is, wow, they learned. Man's rejection is God's protection. And so in my office, I have framed my rejection letter and my acceptance letter. And you'll find rejection a lot as an entrepreneur. It is hard to be an entrepreneur, but it's amazing. And I told Dr. Heyman I would be the professor here if I could still be an entrepreneur. And so he said, yeah, you can run your companies and be a professor because then they'll listen to you more because then you have credibility. So Cedarville, I'm really glad I'm here. My kids go here. Even before I said yes, my son already chose Cedarville. But I want to share just a quick few minutes of my testimony, and then we'll share some things with you. So the students already know my journey, but I struggled with depression as a young kid. I struggled even with self-injury as a young kid. And here's the danger of being an entrepreneur. You're too self-confident. You see what I'm saying? Think about this. You guys know the story of the parable of the lost son, prodigal son? You know this story? So here's my belief. You're either wired for religion, the older brother, or rebellion, the younger brother. The younger brother says, I can't follow the rules, so I'm just going to have fun. How many of you are kind of wired that way? Just raise your hand, little confession. Parents, anybody? How many of you are wired like the older brother? That's me, who says, oh, I can please the Father with my own works. Awesome. I'm going to try really, 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 really hard. And so we embrace religion. We embrace like this, I can do it myself. And that's where I did. And when I couldn't do it, then I fell into self-injury and like that self-punishment of, crud, I can't do it on my own. And it was grace that God said, you're right, you can't do it on your own. Are you going to trust me and my son and his sacrifice on the cross? And a lot of people say, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to try to keep doing it myself. And that's what religion is. Religion is trying to make it to God on your own. That's why I love Christianity. It's the only belief system that says you can't save yourself. Think about that. It's the only belief system that says you can't save yourself. It's not what you did, it's what was done for you. And just like if I have a gift and I want to give it to Mia Rose, what does Mia Rose need to do in order to receive the gift? Accept it. That's it. By grace through faith. I'm not giving it to her. By grace through faith. Jesus is better than me. He gives you the gift. I don't give you the gift. So here's my point. I thought we can't end entrepreneur camp without sharing that message of salvation. And I grew up in a Catholic family originally, and in the Catholic faith, nothing against the Catholic faith, but a lot of Catholic believers, if they are believers, they struggle with works because, I've heard, well, you can't go to heaven unless you get baptized. You can't go to heaven unless you give. You can't go to heaven unless you do the 7 sacraments. Let me ask you a question. How many works did the thief on the cross do? None. Did the thief on the cross get baptized? No. Did the thief on the cross go to church? No. Now, those things are great to do. They're signs of obedience. But he couldn't save himself. And he just turned to Jesus and said, remember me when you get to your Father's house. And he says, today you will be with me in paradise. So I want everybody to bow your head. I'm just going to give an opportunity that if you can all bow your head, if somebody has not made a decision yet to accept that free gift, parent, young person, whatever, let me just pray for you. And it doesn't take a magic prayer. It just says you in your heart accepting Jesus and the free gift by grace through faith. And it's all his finished work on the cross. So let's pray. God, if anybody's here today who has not given their life to you, who's not said yes, who maybe has believed the prodigal son lie that I've done too many bad things, that I'm not worthy. Well, guess what? That's true. None of us are worthy. But all the son had to do was go to the Father's arms and say, I can't save myself. I don't deserve to be a son. But the Father ran out after him and said, here's a ring, here's a garment. You're now a son or daughter. So God, if somebody's here today, camper or parent, that has never made that decision, I pray right now that they do. They can just say in their heart, God, I know I'm a sinner, and I know I can't save myself, and I know religion won't save me, and I know rebellion won't save me, but faith in Jesus Christ. And it says in Scripture that if we confess with our mouth and believe in our heart, that we will be saved. And so we thank you for that in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Yeah, a couple quick thoughts. And if you did make that decision, come talk to me or Mia Rose or the counselors, Austin, Hudson, Libby after. We'd love to help you out on your journey. A couple quick things is that the judges must really be judging. All right. A couple thoughts here. This is an exciting news. Impact Conference is in October, and it's all about entrepreneurship and business. And parents, we have a special thing for you. We say that if you get a ticket, you get to bring your student for free, okay? So the tickets, I go to business conferences, they are expensive. This is not, okay? This is like, again, we make these things at cost. You get meals, you get the speakers, you get the amazing community networking. If you're a business person, you can write it off as a business expense. I'm not a CPA, but I'm sure you can count it as a tax deduction. Why not? You're learning, right? Come on. All right. We'll teach you all of that tax write-off stuff sometime. Section 179, you can write off your vehicle if it's over 6,000 pounds. That's why I drive a minivan that's 6,009 pounds. Huh? You gotta learn how to use the IRS code if you're an entrepreneur. Yeah, Dr. Ko drives a minivan. I know, y'all think less of me. It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, love to have you come. Or if your grandparent wants to come, and you get a free ticket. And then we'll have a little Q reunion, all right? We did just announce this month that we are starting an entrepreneur major here. So ever since I've been here the last 4 years, they've said, oh, we're gonna try. Well, we just got approved. And I know what you're thinking, parents. Why does my young person need to go to college if they're gonna be an entrepreneur? You ever, come on now, let's think about this, right? Sometimes people say that. I think it's amazing to still go to college if God's calling you to. Because college connects you with mentors. College connects you with mates. There you go. You get to meet other believers who are walking with the Lord, right? Your future mate might be here. Mentors, opportunities. All the counselors. Let's give the counselors a hand. Mia Rose, come on up here. I'm just going to highlight just one person here. Do you realize, where were you 2 years ago?
Right in those chairs.
So she was in the chair as a camper. Then she started at Cedarville that fall. Then she came into my office and said, I bought muffins.
Yeah, stuff to make muffins.
She bought all this stuff from Walmart and said, I want to start a muffin business. What do I do, Dr. Ko? And I said, can you take those things back to Walmart and get a refund, right?
That is correct.
All right. She's ready, fire, aim. You know those people? Is your student ready, fire, aim? It's not that we don't want her to be the muffin girl, but it's that she didn't have a place to cook the muffins. So she became the bagel girl. It's a true story. She became a bagel girl, started a bagel business. And how many places did you call to be able to make your bagels? Listen to this.
17 emails, phone calls. Yeah, it was a long 2 days.
But is this cool? But she started a business as a freshman, started making money. This is not weird. This is normal here. At Cedarville, we say, look, start your business while you're in class, if you want. And our classes actually teach you. So you've been in my classes, and what has God taught you by starting your own business as a freshman? And now what are you? Sophomore, junior? Rising junior. Yeah. Tell us.
Definitely take advantage of not the resources, but the profs here. Everybody's super nice. Dr. Ko has been super helpful in even past the bagel thing and other business ventures, thoughts.
Sweet. So she's our new camp director for next year because Libby's going to be moving on, and so let's give Mia Rose a hand. All right, you grab a seat. So again, I'm not stalling. I am. But I can talk all day. No, they'll be done here in a moment. How how good was Tunji? So I'm not going to talk about Tunji till they come back, because I want Tunji to hear what I'm going to say. Okay, but I want you to give the same cheer. In fact, let's surprise Tunji. When I say how good was Tunji, I want you guys to give a stand. I want the whole place to give a standing ovation for Tunji, and I'll tell you why once you'll see it happen in real time. Okay, so when I say how good was Tunji, you all just standing ovation, and then I want you to film that. Oh yeah.
Oh, so I get to film.
You get to film, but don't film till I'm ready. I'll give you the wink. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna say, "How good was Tunji?" And then you all go nuts, and then you film all that. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Don't mess up. You better like press record, because it only works once.
I know.
You can handle it? Okay. All right. So entrepreneur major though. Here's what's cool about it. Yes, they're going to learn what's called the Entrepreneur Accelerator class, where they really start a business. My son was in that class. He's really started a landscaping business, and it shocks me. He's going to make $20,000 this year in his landscaping business, just in the summer and in the fall with leaves and in the winter with the snow. But he started the website, the whole thing. So you can do this. Why not pay for your education while your business is happening? So you can totally do that. But your junior year, you're going to travel to Dublin at the International Center for Creativity. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, if you do an entrepreneur major, you just commute to Dublin, Ohio. This is brand new. But the International Center for Creativity, that's where we have a partnership with them, and you're literally making things. So students have started to make bags for Harley Davidson that they've actually bought. Honda's comes in and says, hey, we have a new design, and you have models that the students do. So this is real stuff, which is awesome. But let's take a few questions from the crowd. Any questions from the parents about Cedarville? Not that we say, oh, everyone who comes here has to go to Cedarville, but any questions about the major? There is not mold. I'm going to get in trouble for that. No, there's not mold, usually. Why do you look familiar, by the way? Did we talk? Yeah, you did. Oh my gosh, that's right. This is Taylor. Taylor, let's talk about you. So your business is, don't tell me, Campus Kit. Campus Kit, and you started a real business. Taylor, I'm going to give you a shout out. Come on down, Taylor. Come on down. And then we'll take a question. But here's a real student who applied for the pitch as a student. She didn't make the finalists, but that didn't let her discourage her. And tell us about your business, and it's really working.
Yeah, so
Oh, come over here. All the LinkedIn people are going to see.
after I applied for the pitch, my family and I, my sister, who's in this camp right over there, part of Kenora, she and I started working on, we wanted to keep the business going. So we started working on getting materials and figuring out costs and how to kind of make this package. And then in April, we launched the business with 16 care packages that we sent around campus. And so they're more personalized and custom than most care packages that you can just get from another website or something like that. We have custom messages, and then we just had one standard box in April, but in the fall we want to do a bigger launch with more types of packages that you can personalize to birthdays or specifically for finals or for different seasons.
Yeah. So we met at, oh, you have a question?
I do. Taylor, I have a Cedarville student, so can you give me your website?
Wow, made a sale. I love it. All right, there you go. You guys talk to her after. All right, good job. Yeah, here's just an example. She came in my office on Wednesday. Sorry, I couldn't remember you because I saw all these students all week. I'm like, I know her. But she started a real business. It's really happening. We talked about how she can take it to the next level, okay? So Will's going to talk for just a few minutes about Entrepreneur for Christ. So Will, come on up here. This is a new student organization that they started, and he's going to just talk for about 5 minutes, and we're going to announce the winner and about our little trip surprise.
I want to thank you guys all for coming out, especially the parents for bringing your students and trusting them to us in just this camp. And so this camp has been going on for 3 years. Dr. Carrie Overrunner joined when I joined. So when I was a freshman, I'm a rising senior. When I was a freshman, Dr. Carrie Overrunner came on the campus and hosted an officers interest meeting for this camp, for this organization called CUE, CUE, which stood for Cedarville University Entrepreneurship. And I got plugged in right away. I was super interested in it and became an officer, then became the president. And then this past summer, we officially rebranded to a new name. No longer just Cedarville, no longer local, but a global brand of Entrepreneurs for Christ with the mission of going out to other campuses, other states, other cities, and bringing together Gen Z entrepreneurs in the community so they can build their ventures together for Christ. And so that's the mission of Entrepreneurs for Christ. And our why is because eternity is at stake. We exist to bring faithful entrepreneurs in the community to make God's name known. I think one of the greatest vessels of ministry, of sharing the name of Jesus, is through your business. Business owners, they have employees that they deal with. They have customers that they interact with. And they interact with a lot of different people. And their ventures can go out and do incredible things, like beyond Angels Investment in the venture capital world, even in the small business world in your local communities. Business owners can have incredible impacts. And that's the breakdown. Our why is because eternity is at stake. We build a venture not because we want to make our name known, it's because we want to make God's name known. And then what Entrepreneurs for Christ does is for you guys, the campers, if you're looking for a community, if you're thinking about entrepreneurship, I'm sure Taylor and I have worked together. We started a thing, office hours, just to see if it would be helpful. And we just wanted to walk them through with other students that have launched businesses. We launched over 10 different smaller student-run businesses through Entrepreneurs for Christ, all the way from an AI startup to a financial startup, and all the way to a service business. And the goal is to learn entrepreneurship through starting businesses, because the best time to do it is in college. It's the lowest risk. You're at college. There's a lot of people around you that you can sell things to and get customer research from. And so we want to help you with that. We currently have 2 chapters, one here at Cedarville. We officially launched our second chapter at Liberty University, and we're looking to be on track to have a few more chapters over the next months in the fall semester, spring semester. And yeah, the mission and vision is to go out across the country and bring together Gen Z students, people in college, and those who graduate. So you can find that group of people that all want to do something more than just go work and not have control over their job. And not owning a business is not a bad thing. You could be an entrepreneur. It's a mindset, not a major. So you can go into a business and be an entrepreneur, an innovator within a business, but learn those things together with other people that want to do that for Christ. So parents, if you're interested in having your kid involved with entrepreneurship, please check us out. And then students, we have an Instagram as well. So if you want to follow us, follow along for events. If we have events at Cedarville, just about every Wednesday we have events, and you are free to come as well. We have high schoolers come and join us here on campus. And so we'd love to have you come to the events. Our website is there for parents, and we're starting our official fundraising campaign to launch into other nations. It costs money to launch chapters, and this is an Accelerate campaign, Accelerate AFC, where we're going out and we want to grow to bring people together, because that's the point. That's our problem, and our solution is a community of people. And so thank you all for this. You guys did amazing with the pitches. I've seen many, and the energy and passion was fantastic. And parents, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
All right, a couple quick things here before Libby comes up. I'll just say that these students have blessed my life. Libby's so good that my business has actually hired Libby. I've hired Will to film for our business, and so sometimes you students, we become customers of you, so that's awesome. Hey, I got a question for you, parents and campers. How good was Tunji? to a G in the last 12 months became a full-time entrepreneur. See, he was part of an organization that kind of paid him to come speak and stuff. And you took the big risk to say, I'm gonna like break out and go on my own. So parents, here's my ask for you and students. He's now getting booked to speak to schools, churches, organizations. We all can help him out by giving him extra gigs. Don't you think he was good? Because if he doesn't get enough gigs, he's got to go back and get a job. And we don't want him to get a job. We want him to be an entrepreneur, okay? All right, I think I'm done with it. So now we're going to talk about the award we won, and then don't just scatter. I want a full camp picture with the judges, and parents can take that picture. So don't run away right after the winner.
All right, the moment I know you have been anxiously waiting for has arrived. Before we get just there, one more huge round of applause to all of our future entrepreneurs.
After much deliberation, the judges have finally reached their decision. So we pick the top 2 teams that we're about to announce. When your team name is called, we ask you to please line up on the banner, and after the pitch, we will get you your prize. Deacon, do you have any words to say?
Thank you. I just want to make a note to those that are not called out. I mentioned obliquely in my earlier question, I'm part of a group called Beyond Angels, and we actually have funded Christian founders, approximately 40 companies. And so a lot of my questions were directed at the viability. Are you really investment worthy? And we had a multifaceted approach to the judgment, which wasn't always the best pathway to profitability. Some of you that don't make the winner's circle actually have ideas that could have legs. So be encouraged, even if you don't get called up onto the stage. That's the point.
Alrighty, and we're going to start with second place, so Hudson, take it away.
Our second place winners are Fume Fighters.
I just want to talk about Fume Fighters a little bit. Their passion and their energy in their presentation was fantastic. Just talking about the product, it would be what I would call a boring business. It's in an industry that people aren't going to see. It's a product that like people aren't going to see in their day to day, but it's going to impact their day to day. And then the cost structure, the data that you guys brought out was fantastic. And so that's why we chose you. We thought it was a great presentation and just talking about those facets of going into a boring business, provide a solution that helps people. And it might not be the most glorious thing in the world, but it's a really impactful and a really profitable form of entrepreneurship. So thank you, Forum Fighters. It was fantastic.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. Can we have a drum roll, please? The winner of the 2026 Entrepreneurship Camp Pitch is Kenora. Please come down, seat.
Well, I think y'all already know how I feel about Kenora, but I think what's so powerful about this is when you're in the back room and you're looking at the numbers, and you're looking at the feasibility, and you're looking at all these great groups. Number one, Kenora was the only one that was 2 people's number 1. So when you're fighting for something and you're saying, okay, which makes the most sense, we have to ask ourselves, if the money wasn't even in it, what needs to exist? What needs to exist? So Kenora, to the group, what I want to say to you is, the blessing of victory is also a burden, because now we're saying to you, this needs to exist. And what I told them at the beginning of the week is, we're not playing pretend. Take something that means something to you and that needs to exist in the world, and okay, the challenge now is, you won and we decided that money wasn't the most important thing for this to matter, because I still don't know how much it costs. Right? I still don't know if we're going to make money off of this thing. So if you decide that you want to go the nonprofit route, okay, that's a decision you need to make. But if you decide, okay, we want to make profit off of this, we want it to be wealthy, we want all the different things that come with it, a different level of sit down is necessary. But what I want to impress upon you is this needs to exist. You came here just thinking, okay, maybe I'm just coming to a camp and let's have a great time. But now you found a problem. You've created a solution that you are potentially somebody's answered prayer. So I hope you do something with it, and I'm proud of you.
Alrighty, before we conclude today's event, I just want to give a little bit of information about the rest of Camp and Pickup. So after we conclude, we're going to get a big group picture of all of the students, and then you guys are welcome to take pictures of your kids and their teams. And then you are welcome. Lunch is optional in the dining hall. Your kids have their key fobs. It has one last meal on there. Parents are welcome to pay to eat as well. If you'd like to bounce just right after this, you're welcome to go back to the door and pack up. There should be a checkout team for you guys there to drop your keys. Online parents, please don't forget to come pick up your kids. We love them so much, but I'm sure you want them home. If you have any questions, please come ask me. But yeah, after this, bigger picture. Anything else, Sam?
Just thank you and hope to see you at the Impact Conference in October. Awesome. All right, let's give everybody a hand. Perfect.